Luke, you went back to some of the starters and vets in that fourth quarter. Just preseason, but did you want anything specifically, or just to try to get a win?
No, we wanted to get them some more minutes. With this many games, we have every other night here for a while. So, practices aren't going to be that intense or that much conditioning in them. So we gotta continue to get better, and to do that, you got to play guys bigger minutes, get them in better shape for conditioning reasons. But I also wanted to give us I felt like we could have won the last game, and we went to give some other guys a chance, and not that it was their fault, but we lost the game I felt like we should have won. So I also wanted to give ourselves to start getting familiar with that feeling of finishing ball games, and how much better that feels on the way home than a loss.
Russell's been telling us a lot about the sort of the appreciation and the relationship you guys are building. What have you thought of his play, though, particularly tonight with these last couple games, and I guess all preseason?
I said before the game, to me, he keeps getting better, and it's going to be an ongoing process. And tonight, he got it offensively. He had it going with his shot. So, whenever he's having that type of night, I'm going to encourage him to stay that aggressive and keep shooting it. There's times that he still got his teammates involved, even though he was hot, which is what we keep trying to stress to him. But then on the other side is, recognizing if he's shooting the ball and he's not having that type of night, don't force it. At that point, see who else is going. Get more guys involved. Get the ball moving from side to side even more than we did tonight. But he had a phenomenal night for us.
He said coming off the floor that he's got a kind of a chip on his shoulder this year. And can you see that motivation? Can you see that being channeled in a good way for him?
Yeah, I don't know his reasoning for why or how he's working. But he's been phenomenal all summer long, coming in multiple times a day, all summer long, asking questions, doing what we've suggested, and then it's carried into the training camp in the early parts of the preseason. So I don't know his motivation behind why he's working so hard, but whatever it is, I hope he continues to have it and that continues to work this hard.
One question about tonight. How do you clean up the glass a little bit? Obviously a big discrepancy for Denver.
Yeah, we talked about that. We try to go to small lineups, so a couple, we were undersized out there for different stretches of that game. But either way, it's a thing where you got 5 guys in there. You got to get guards cracking back on bigs, and bigs have to go up and get the ball, and they did a phenomenal job of attacking every possession on the glass. But even more so than that, we fouled even more tonight. We put them on the free throw line, more tonight than we had in the first 2 games, and that's been, like I said before, a constant focal point for us. So we'll be all right on the rebound department, but we got to figure this free throw thing out.
You gave Avitz a little bit more time tonight. What do you been seeing from him?
He's been great. He's, I think he's young and he's very talented. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player in this league. But the NBA game is, you got to learn how it's played, and the physicality and the speed of the NBA game. So it's just whenever we have opportunities to get him minutes, we're gonna give him those so that we can continue to develop him. Because we think his future is very bright in this league.
Do you see him having a harder time adjusting defensively on that side of the ball than offensively?
I don't think so. I think he's going to be fine on both ends. He's got a great natural feel for the game. Even in summer league, he surprised the heck out of me. He couldn't play with us all the practices leading up because of some visa stuff or whatever it was, and we put him in the game, and he was constantly making the right rotations and blocking shots. So his feel for the game of basketball is good enough that I don't think he'll struggle.
What do you think fueled the team balance?
I think it's always fueled from our defense. When we play defense and we compete at that end, we get out and run. And we have guys that are good in the open court. We have guys who can hit threes. We got guys who can play make. We got bigs that can really run. So I think it's, when we get lazy on defense, our offense struggles. When we are playing great defense, then we get it scoring. And when you're out and running, everyone gets shots. So it's fun for everyone. I thought Nick Young was spectacular on the defensive end tonight. Obviously, he's going to make shots here and there, but defensively, fighting over screens and playing one-on-one and getting in and mixing it. I know we got crushed on the glass, but I think if it wasn't for him getting in there and knocking a couple of those balls free for us, that it would have even been worse than it was.
Yeah, what have you seen from Nick in training at this point?
He's been solid. He's obviously, everyone knows he's a really good scorer. I challenged him tonight before the game because I've seen it. The first year I retired and I was doing TV, I was watching all their games, and Nick was doing a phenomenal job defending the ball. So we talked about that, and I challenged him to see what kind of defense he could bring to that first unit tonight, and I thought he did a spectacular job of that.
I think that season you took a few charges. Do you see that in the films?
Lou took a charge tonight, so that's a good start. We put it on the halftime edit. But yeah, you hope to get to the point guys want to take charges because they have that much pride in their defense.
What do you think of the way Julius closed out the game?
I thought Julius was good tonight. He had another good night of pushing the ball, playmaking for each other. I think he's getting better at recognizing when he should, play make for somebody else in the transition, and when it's open, he should just attack his big in the one-on-one open floor. I think he had his best night of making those decisions tonight, but I thought he did a really good job of closing out the game.
So are games like tonight the reason why you want to see Lou Williams for the starting lineup? Performances like what we had today?
Well, Lou's one of from the short time I've been here, Lou seems to be one of the leaders in the locker room. He's quiet, but he's a vet that's been around a long time and knows how to win in this league, knows what it takes in this league. So I think he brings a nice little experience to the starting lineup. But again, none of this is set in stone. We're toying with things. But obviously, if the way he played tonight, especially down the stretch, you would definitely lean towards keeping him in the starting lineup.
Luke, 5 preseason games left. How much? At what point do you want to get that solidified in the regular season?
The what?
The rotation. There are 5 preseason games left at this point. So, is there a point you have in your head where I want?
No, because we have so much work to do. Honestly, we're going to take it as it comes. I know the goal is to be ready by game 1 of the NBA season, but we're looking big picture. So we're going to keep going at whatever pace we need to go at, that we can continue to see progress on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully we get all that and we get all that information and we have all that set in stone by opening night. But if not, then we'll go out, and I expect us to still compete our tails off on both ends of the floor and play to win. But it will be with a simpler playbook on offense, a simpler playbook on defense, and we'll kind of just take it as it comes.